The Kansas City Chiefs are back at it, making moves once again, and this is a move that might seem kind of confusing. And if you think about it a little bit more, maybe a little bit too much, it might seem kind of, well, concerning. But I am here to tell you why you should not be concerned about this move and why this is ultimately a good thing for and about the Kansas City Chiefs. So the Kansas City Chiefs have brought in offensive guard Tremayne Anchrum. Tremayne Anchrum goes 6'1" and 7/8", basically 6'2" tall, 314 pounds. Both decent numbers, but 33 and 5/8" arms, very long arms. His father was a Division I basketball player who was taller than is Tremayne, so maybe those arms are from his father, right? 5'2", 140-yard dash. Nothing spectacular there. 185 10-yard split, 24.5-inch vert, an 8'8" broad jump, and 26 reps on the bench press. These are all numbers that are kind of where you would hope to have an offensive guard performing in the NFL. Now, here is his career as far as snap counts are concerned, and you will see a lack of the season 2024, but we will get to that in a moment. So his rookie season, he played just 3 offensive snaps and 51 special team snaps. He was, I believe, the 250th overall pick in his draft. I might be misremembering that, but he did start his NFL career listed at tackle, though I don't believe that was ever necessarily the vision for Anchrum. So he played 12 games his rookie season. His sophomore campaign in the NFL, he played just 2 games, but he got a start. I don't know where he got that start because he played just 2 offensive snaps and 2 special team snaps. In 2023, he appeared in 17 games, a lot of special teams play at 80 snaps, but also got 96 snaps of offensive work. So where was he last year? Well, here he was drafted by the Rams, where he played 2020 through 2023. And then in 2024, he split his time between the Seahawks, the Saints, and the Texans, failing to crack an actual 53-man roster. He was a practice squad guy. He's still only 26 years old. So is there any upside for Anchrum? Well, I do think there is upside for Anchrum. I think that he is some guys just take a few years to develop in the NFL. And while he seems to be on the wrong trajectory, going from a 53-man roster guy his first 3 seasons in the NFL to a strictly practice squad guy last season, look, it is what it is. When you watch him, he has some athletic capabilities. He's an interesting watch. So he started at right tackle for Clemson, and he played in 55 games for them between 2016 and 2019. Now, 2016 to 2019 is when Clemson was Clemson, right? So he is not a guy that does not have any talent. He was able to start for one of the premier college programs in the nation during his college run. And then he was, in 2022, he was the Rams nominee for the Walter Payton Man of the Year award. So he's got some community chops as well. The Chiefs have had a few less than community guys in the past, so maybe this is the organization reaching out and trying to amend things from the past. But watching him, what is it that you see? You see long arms. You see long arms that do not get used consistently, which, again, might be why he's taking steps backwards from a 53-man roster guy to the practice squad. But if you can coach him up, which is what you're assuming your NFL coaches can do, that's why you pay them all of that money. If your coaches can coach him up, he does have that tool in the bag where he can be effective with his hands. When he does get his arms out there, when he does extend his arms, he does have pretty good hands. Not elite, right? But hands that are certainly serviceable to fill in as spot duty at offensive guard. He's not an embarrassment on the field. And he's very mobile, very much more mobile than his testing numbers would seem to suggest. You saw him, especially at Clemson, moving all around the field, a very mobile guy. So he does have some interesting, if not compelling, if not impressive, mobility and movement skills. So I do think that there is something there with Anchrum that could translate into him being a 53-man roster guy, but that might sound concerning. He's a guard, and in my opinion, there's no way he's a tackle in the NFL. So, okay, a guard. Well, why would that be concerning? Because right now, the Chiefs have one starting spot open. Their right guard is Trey Smith, and the left guard is where they might have a hole, right? We don't know quite yet. There's going to be several players vying for that position. But the several players vying for that position are Kingsley Suamataia, Wanya Morris, and Hunter Nourzad. Wanya Morris, Hunter Nourzad, CJ Hansen, Mike Caliendo, Dalton Cooper, Ethan Driscoll, and now Anchrum. That is 8 names with one starting spot. That is 8 names with probably 4 offensive guard positions total on the roster. You're probably not carrying a 3 deep there. Do you have one of those names as your swing tackle? Are you able to pull that off with Wanya Morris, etc.? But ultimately, I do not think that this is a concerning move for the Kansas City Chiefs, and why not? Why wouldn't the Chiefs making the priority to go out there and sign another offensive lineman before even the month of June has gotten here? Why don't I find that concerning? Well, they had a roster spot open up because Keontae Ingram ended up going on the injured reserve, ended up passing through waivers, and now he is on the Chiefs' injured reserve. The other thing is this. The Kansas City Chiefs have had a lot of problems with that offensive line over the last few years. You can go all the way back to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in that alleged Super Bowl that I don't know anyone who's actually seen that game, so I'm not 100% positive it happened. But you can go all the way back there, and the Chiefs were having problems with their offensive line then. But you can go way back before that. This channel was launched, and I think the second or third video I did back in 2019 was talking about something that I called roster rot. The Chiefs at the time had a serviceable offensive line. They did not have serviceable depth on the offensive line. The moment anyone got injured, all of a sudden it was Crapsville for the Kansas City Chiefs. That happens as a result of the fact that the Kansas City Chiefs were pretty good for a pretty long while at that point, but it was nothing like it is today. The Chiefs have gone on one of the most impressive runs in NFL history. So to assume that there is going to be some type of roster rot for the Kansas City Chiefs at this point would be only natural. Keeping guys like Anchrum filtering through your roster, guys probably not going to come in and complain, guys who have a few tools in the bag, guys who have been experienced around the league. This is a way that you can keep that roster rot at bay, because you don't have the 12th pick in each round. You haven't had the 12th pick in each round for a very long time. Eric Fisher, that top of my head, please do not judge me too harshly if I'm wrong on this, that was the 2013 NFL draft, correct? So the Kansas City Chiefs took him number 1 overall, which means it's been 12 years, really, since they've had particularly good draft position. So keeping guys like Anchrum on the roster, signing them, even if they don't make the 53, you're improving the amount of competition in the room. You were exposing everyone to the ideas that guys like this come in with. They've seen a few different organizations. Well, here's how you want to handle X, Y, and Z day. You get a guy, so Anchrum's 26. You've got a guy like Josh Simmons coming in. Josh Simmons is 22, I believe. He's going to be able to show him some of the ropes of what it means to be in an NFL training camp, etc. Anyway, guys, that is what I have for this video. If you like or appreciate what it is that I do here, hitting a like button really does help me out, as it tells YouTube to share this video with other Chiefs fans. And if you find yourself here by chance but not design, the Chiefs are the only thing I talk about. So consider hitting the subscribe button, stick around for more, and as always, I hope to have you back for the next one.